Who's doing? Good, right, hello everyone. Good evening and welcome to Stonewall's end of season awards bash. Good, well yeah, well before we get down to the awards, let's I want to reflect on some of the stuff that's happened this year. I think from a footballing perspective, and that's what we're celebrating tonight, everyone's accomplishments and contribution for the year. Firstly, last summer, we sent a team out to Cleveland for the Gay Games, something that we've won, each one, and we've held since 2002. The team went out and they won, so let's have some round of applause for that. It's a great achievement. More of that later, that will be mentioned throughout the night, obviously. Yeah. Second thing, in February, when we got invited to a friendly against Dulwich, so that was, I think, a real achievement for the club, and I think it really shows that sort of we are the trailblazing gay team in London to be invited to that. And then last, this summer, a few weeks ago, these reserves, amazing cup run, masterminded by our very own Engelbert over there. He's done very well. But yeah, so okay, yeah, the first award, giving it out. Yeah, it's going to be the five-a-side Player of the Year.
Based on the stats, we've actually got a five-a-side Team of the Year, which is based on stats, not subjective opinion. Only three of them are here, but anyway, I'm going to do it. So, of those who aren't here, Ashley Pitter is in that Team of the Year. Bocky is also in that team. Callum is in that team. Paul Woodford is in that team. And then last but certainly not least, Robin Lee is in that team. Opening the whole debate about whether stats are a good grounds for a football. Right, now the Player of the Year was decided on a vote of Stonewall members, and that person is actually on the stage already. Oh. This person joined the club in the last year or so.
Sorry, Robin.
Yeah. It's obviously not Robin. Has gone out to play for the second team. I think it's very good. And the Player of the Year is Callum. I just say that Paul was second, so we have got the top two on the stage. So round of applause for Paul as well. And I'll see you on Thursday, the last five-a-side of the year, in which we're going to have the dream team as a team. So let's see if that is actually the best team.
Next award will be the most improved.
Yeah, so this person joined the club about 4 years ago, and he's got better and better over the years, hence he's won the award for most improved player. He managed to step up to the second team this season, which is something I've never done. And he got a massive bruise over his eye for his troubles. So the most improved player for Stonewall this year is Dan Cuzner.
I think it's quite unfair to give it to me when there's so much more room for improvement than any other player.
Thank you. Yeah, so the next award we're going to give out is the third team Golden Stiletto. Robin.
The top goal scorer, who isn't actually here, is Ben Muscat with 6 goals.
With 7 goals, it's Adam Turner.
As the first team Golden Boot, can I welcome to stage Stonewall's very own Cliff Richard? Not proven.
Charges were dropped. The top scorer and Golden Boot winner for the first team this season is a player who scored 16 goals in 22 games, which for a struggling team is a bloody good achievement. It's actually the first time anyone's ever scored more than 15 goals for the first team in about 10 years. Yes, it was. To put it in context, he's now scored 82 league goals for the club, 28 goals internationally, and the winner of the Golden Boot 2015 is sadly not James Allen, but it's Doug Edward.
Thank you. Chairman Award. Now what's that? Sorry, you're saying?
New invention.
If you look through the annals of Stonewall history, you will find that it's been given out in the past. It's an award that's given as a gift of the chairman, so it's sort of really my award.
Is it going to be John Staggart?
It's the biggest award as well we've got tonight. Yeah, I'm just, well, so what the Chairman's Award is, I'm sure you can imagine, sort of it takes a lot of work to make the club go. And a lot of you know, having previously served on various committees. So the recipient of the award tonight is someone who has contributed a great deal to the club, and also sort of, for me personally in the last year, it's been, it was a step up becoming chairman, but someone who has given a lot of personal advice, and someone who I was really miss because they're not going to really be getting involved that much this year. But I just want to really acknowledge what they've done last year. Eric's going to talk about their sort of footballing achievements in a minute, but let's just get them on stage. Raf, can you come up, please?
Okay, basically, in my opinion, Raf's job, or any reserve team manager, is probably the hardest job at this club, or any club. I think it's easy to be manager of the first team because basically you try and pick the best 11 players, they do the job for you and you claim all the glory. And I think Robin will be the first to admit there's a slightly less competitive edge to the third team where results aren't as important. To be manager of a reserve... Yeah, that's true. To be manager of the reserve team, especially at a club like this where there's a lot of egos, is very difficult, and it's about finding the right balance. It's about keeping people happy, keeping first teamers who haven't quite got into the first team happy, getting players off from the third team who are looking to aspire to become better players. What Raf has done in the last 2-3 years has created a stability within that squad that probably hasn't been there as much as it is now, culminating in a phenomenal cup run and victory last month. It's been an absolute privilege for me to have Raphael as my reserve team manager, and he leads this team in a really positive position with some excellent players threatening to break through into the first team. And we're going to miss him greatly as a manager, not as a person because he's not going anywhere. He'll still be part of the club for many years to come, but it's a tragedy that he's not going to be continuing as manager. And that is all I've got to say.
Thank you, Raf.
No, I do not have to
have a couple of minutes. We're going to get like river dance for the half time. Thank you.
The two games that we won towards the end of the season, his partnership with Matt in central midfield was pretty much instrumental to us kind of getting a grip on those games and coming out winners. So this season's third team player of the year is Nicholas Suriakis.
So that leads me to the player of the season. The competition for player of the season has been very fierce. There's only one vote between the top 3 players. But I have a winner. That's Kieran Evans.
incredible. Thank you very much for voting for me, guys. Appreciate it. Could have been anyone up here on this stage right now, because we have all had an amazing season this season. We've all worked incredibly hard, and like Raf said, it was one vote in it because I voted for someone that I guess should have been player of the season, and I won't say it was. Also, massive thank you to Raf, because where's he gone? Yeah, this season, congratulations and gratitude to Raf, because I don't think we would have got as far as we did without your massive inspiration to me and the team. I think really well done. We're gonna miss you next season, Raf. Incredible season. And just lastly, I wanted to thank Eric and Nigel in the first team. Real inspiration for me as well. Always supported me from day one. So respect to you guys, and thank you very much. Cheers.
Well done, Kieran.
The next one will be the first team. Player of the season.
When the votes were counted, special mentions for Nigel, Abel and John Stangen, who got a good number of votes. But for only the second time in the club's history, after me, someone has won this award for the second time in their career. This player is actually a phenomenon to the club. Since I took over as manager in 2006, he has not missed a single league game. That is 204 consecutive games have started. Right, just, those of you who cry off on a Saturday, just think about that. He did miss a cup game in 2007, which I haven't forgiven him for. But seriously, that is a staggering testament to commitment and ability over 9 years. 204. A winger, number 10, centre midfield like he did in the final in him and Abel put in an absolute masterclass in that final in Cleveland in centre midfield. He plays where he's asked to play. He never moans about it to my face. And more than that, he excels in all those positions. As I mentioned earlier, this season he scored a staggering 16 goals in a team that was struggling, driving the team out of trouble, not only with the goals, but through the performances as well, having already driven us to the success we had in Cleveland. He even found time to score the winning goal for the reserve team cup final last month. As captain, he epitomises everything that I stand for in football. Not only is he the most successful captain this club has ever had, he's actually surpassed his exceptionally high standards. He mirrors my competitiveness, my will to win, and I'm absolutely delighted that this has been recognised by his teammates. It's with great pride, personally, that the first team Player of the Year is my captain, my right-hand man, probably my best mate, Doug.
Staggering. No, genuinely, thank you. It means so much. I think, Kieran said it. When you get player of the season and you know that your teammates and friends have voted for you, it means so much. And I think Eric talks about me not missing games or being captain and everything. Every time I play for Stonewall Football Club, I'm so proud. I think it's an amazing football club. I think it's all about football, but I genuinely think it's a bit cliche, but we are a family. We stand together 24 years. It's just an absolute stunning football club. It's a privilege to be the first team captain. It's a privilege to play for the club. I want to thank Eric. I don't need to say too much. He knows. I think he's phenomenal himself. And I think Nigel Carter is so important to this football club. But also I just want to thank some of the people that I play with in the first team every single week in, week out. It's the quality of people you play with, like Ian Drain, Darren Lewis, John Stannon, Michael Kearney, and others. you know, you're like best mates and you're the best club in the world, so love to all.
Okay, now to the last award tonight. The David Pooke Award. About 24 years ago, obviously, playing as a gay team was a hell of a lot different than the team sort of would receive quite a lot of homophobic abuse. It occurred one Saturday and David Pooke stood up for the team, he stood up for his partner, he stood up for the whole club and what we stand for. So the David Pooke Award is really awarded to someone who contributes to the club, who brings the club forward, who really sort of pushes forward sort of what our values are. Past recipients, there's many past recipients in the room today, looking across, people like Nigel, people like Eric, people like Ian, people like Alexis, Darren more? People like Darren, oh yeah, last year. Sorry, Conchita, last year's winner, yeah. And as we approach our 25th anniversary, I wanted to recognise a man who's sort of is truly a part of the fabric of Stonewall and what we stand for. Over the past 20 years or so, he's been a big supporter of the club. He's done many things for the club. He's helped run the third team. He's stepped up and helped us in the five-a-side. And, you know, well, for me, one of the most important things for the club. Helped to run it in the bad times, and sort of generally someone you can rely on to come and watch games, come and support the team, turn up to events like this. Someone who's a really popular guy and someone that I couldn't find someone to say a bad word against, unfortunately. So now, can I please ask on the stage, David Roberts, please.
Thank you for this. All I can say, every year since I've been in the club, it's only about 2 or 3 years ago, by the way, it's got better and better every year, and you're the guys who make it better. It's not me. New players coming in, your friends, your colleagues and so on, and the football's getting better literally every year, and it's great to see. And we've got one trophy this year, second team, good runner, and there's many more to come, I know that. Keep it going, boys.
Okay, that's been the end of season awards for this evening. Thank you everyone for turning up.